Happy Thursday. It's technically my Friday. Took Friday off of work. Um, Trying to recover a little bit. Uh, Been feeling a little burnt out. But hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. Hope it's sunny where you are. Man, it's a Thursday. My stomach's a little tight. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. I'm being squeezed from multiple ends. My family is. Inadvertently, because I'm being squeezed. The adults in the home are being squeezed. So the whole house is being squeezed. Multiple ways. It really is just financial. At one point, my wife was able to work 2 remote jobs. That went on for a couple years. It stopped. I want to say it stopped. It stopped probably last November, and since then we've had to adjust our spending habits. Man, but it seems right now none of the major expenses that we accumulated, reoccurring expenses, we accumulated while we had 3 incomes, 3 full-time incomes. None of that has really gone down. It stayed the same, and we've been kind of balancing it pretty well. But this month is, the squeeze is real, we're paying the high priority stuff, rent, utilities, I'm behind on one of our cars. The other car is it needs an alternator replaced, and we need to pay for the part so I can fix it. But we haven't even been able to. We haven't been able to even get that because we haven't been able to get that because you're already just breaking even, and breaking even like at the end of the month, not like getting all our stuff paid on time. And so that pressure of knowing that something's due, the pressure of knowing that you're just behind, and things are continuing to pile up. That's kind of on my mind right now. So I don't like needles. I hate needles. I absolutely hate needles. And that being said, I absolutely hate needles. that being said, I have several tattoos. Let me see if I can actually set this up like right there. You're gonna maybe not get as nice a review, but let's see. How's that? Give me a thumbs up if that's okay. Lord have mercy. Hopefully, seems fairly stable. Yeah, so, what was I saying? I hate needles. I absolutely hate them. I have tattoos. I have tattoos. In the past, I have donated plasma just for some extra cash, and I got an appointment for a plasma donation. I got an appointment for a plasma donation tomorrow on my day off. So at least on my day off, it's PTO, so I'll be paid for it. Paid for luckily, but I'm gonna go donate plasma because I need the money. My family needs the money, and things need to get paid, and that is something I can't control. I really didn't want to. I was even thinking about canceling it. But tell me, and I mean, I'm not destitute. I'm working a full-time job. On paper, I have a pretty high-paying job. You know, the insurance that I pay, takes a lot out, and insurance I pay takes a lot out. And anyways, all that to say, if you were, I guess if what was standing between you and your family having $100 more was you getting a needle stuck in your arm, or anything else, anything you hate doing, and knowing that would benefit, would you do it? For me, I initially thought it might comfort. I'm not comfortable with a needle in my arm. It's been a while. I've had like, not collapsed veins, but I just know that it's not super sustainable. And so, but I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. Like they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. I feel better today. Some of it may be because it's my Friday. Some of it may be because yesterday I went and did a hobby. I went climbing. I do a little bit of bouldering, and I went bouldering a little bit. It was late at night. I almost talked myself out of it. I was kind of in a grumpy mood all week. I felt like, I was feeling burnt out, not interested. And the antidote, it seems, to being burnt out is do something you enjoy. Do something for yourself to have fun. Man, even, I'm going on 2 months Yeah, I mean, generally, I don't know the exact weekage, but I'm going on 2 months sober from cannabis, and yesterday was really close. Man, I was so grumpy, and I really wanted something to change my headspace. I wanted something to change my headspace, and you know, I didn't throw away any of my weed or anything. I kind of was nervous to do that, just because I was nervous to do that just because I spent money on it, and it just feels like throwing stuff down the trash. Um, you know, I don't know if I'll ever, feel comfortable using cannabis again. I just know that right now that is not the case. And I don't know when that day might come, but I just know it's not today. Man, these are pretty crazy out here, but it's a nice day outside. It is. I haven't spent too much time outside today, actually. Been kind of working indoors. Today kind of flashed by, and then I wanted to have a productive afternoon after I got home or got back after lunch, and it just didn't happen. I couldn't lock in. But anyways, yeah. So tomorrow, I gotta donate some plasma. That's gonna be at 11 o'clock. I have the whole day off. Kids are home from school because it's summer. My wife is also off. So I'm thinking maybe definitely something. Go to the park, splash pad, spend some time outdoors, doing free activities. And probably, realistically, it might be after, but maybe before I do that, we can do something fun. I feel like this is normal. Right now, my family, we are in a drought. It's just a season, for the last couple of years, we've been in a season of plenty, and we didn't stow away. We didn't store away things for times like this. Man, and let that be a lesson, right? Man, what a wonderful lesson. What a wonderful opportunity I have to not repeat the same mistakes. What a wonderful opportunity I have. And how lucky, how blessed, how absolutely blessed I am that we had that period of abundance. We had that time of abundance. That time when, was able to do things, take my son to do fun things. All our bills were paid. The stress wasn't there quite the same way. But ants. But I'm grateful for this time too. This time of drought, and it's summer. Summer just sprang up. After things around me are still growing. Things around me are still growing. It's going to get better. It has to. on top of all this financial stuff, there's issues within my marriage. Only been married one time. This is that one time. We've been married since like 2018. Been married since 2018, and we've been through a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. We've both done things to hurt each other, and intentionally and unintentionally. We were both, still figuring out who we were, and we still are. It's challenging, My dog. But hold on, 1 second. I could spend all day being upset at myself that I didn't prepare better for times like this, that I spent too much money. I could spend all day, I talked about the issues in my marriage. Briefly, generally. I brought that up just to say, on top of all this financial stuff, there's issues there that also need to be dealt with. And dealt with the same kind of intention and presence that these financial issues require. Which one's more of a priority, your children are a priority. Your relationship with your wife or the mother of your children is a priority. Surviving within this economic landscape is a priority. I'm about to start selling stuff on eBay. I did that for a while, and it helped a whole lot. And it's about time that I start getting back to it. I put it off a little bit. I have some stuff I can post. Maybe make a couple hundred as well. And I think with that couple hundred, as well as with donating plasma, I thought about maybe running some DoorDash. Man, mosquitoes are swarming me. I thought maybe with the combination of all this, I might be able to survive another month. But right now I'm just in that period of survival where I'm just holding the line. And sometimes that's what life calls us to do, is to hold that line. Hold that line, and I don't have nobody is really in my situation Man, these mosquitoes, they're eating me up. I don't really have anyone in my situation, anyone that can give me the advice. Um, and at this point, I turned 30. Um, close to the end of this month, and I turned 30 close to the end of this month, and at this age, nobody's life is like mine. The choices I've made up to this point are so unique to me. Of course, there are, you know, there's nuances to that. There's commonalities, of course. Not saying that I'm so special, but what I am saying is the shit that I've been through, the shit that my family has been through within my marriage, personally, the choices I've made, the mistakes I've made, the ways I have come back up and recovered from these mistakes. Where I'm at now is so unique that that I don't have anyone in my life that has been exactly where I'm at, especially my family. Even my mom and dad. I'm still blessed that they are alive. I don't have the same kind of relationship that I want to have with them, nor are they the same level of supportive that I need. But to learn from their stories, of course, they, when they were my age, it was the 80s, so not really applicable. A little bit, but yeah. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. It's nice talking about some of these things. I stepped outside to catch my breath. Like I said, we're down to that one car, and I was able to. I started thinking about things that were in my control and things that were not in my control. I can't control all the things that are due right now, or the money that I owe. I can't control what I do about it. I can't control. What I can do to help better the situation. It may not fix it, but it can improve. It can't make it any worse by trying to make $100 here and there. It can't make it any worse. So yeah, if anyone, if there's any young parents, any young fathers, if you're any young men, I guess, if there's any young men out there who feel like they don't have anybody, do what you can. As long as you're not putting the continuancy, or if you're not putting the longevity of your family life or your life, or your freedom, particularly, your freedom, you're not harming anybody, you are trying to work within the system, do what you can. And what you can't, I'm not religious. At one point I was, but there was I heard a quote or something, it's a common one, it's not super new or special, but let go and let God. And if you're religious, God can be very literal. If you're not religious, God can be the universe, or fate. This kind of sometimes you just have to move the needle in any positive direction. Move the needle where you can, and where you can't, move it where you can, and where you can't, you can't. So that's all I got to say. I have to do my evening ritual, my evening routine with the kids, and evening routine with the kids, and celebrate my Friday. That was another thing, and this is the last thing I'll say. That was another thing is that sorry, weird sound came from next to me. But that was another thing I want to say is that they want us to be stressed. If you're dealing with this financial squeeze, like I know I'm not the only one dealing with that. I mean, the economy, the news about the economy is just everywhere, all like at every corner. And if you're feeling this financial squeeze, um, and you're feeling, kind of stressed out, um, um, that's normal, of course, but just keep in mind that they want you to be stressed out. They want you to be scared. They want you to, they want you to be scared. They want you to be stressed out. They want you to have no hope. They want you to have no hope. They want you to be full of fear, because that makes you easier to control. And not just that, but when you're in fear, when you're living in fear, when you're scared, you're not going to be your best. And when you're not your best, then you won't get any better. And so, man, I'm just really glad that I stopped using cannabis, because my mind could be doing circles, ruminating on this, and very anxious, and but I'm present now, and I'm present to face this situation head on. And if it wasn't for that, I would be in a much worse spot. So hopefully that brought you any kind of encouragement. I'm not trying to edit these videos. I am just trying to be helpful, share my experience, put myself out there. I watch a lot of videos like this on YouTube, and so I thought, maybe I put a little bit of my own shit out there. Maybe I step out of my comfort zone a little bit. Anyways, so that's it. Hope you have a good Thursday, a good Friday, a good weekend. Enjoy the weather if you're, in America, North America, whatever. Keep your hopes up. All right, we're gonna be all right. We're all gonna make it. Bye.